begin tonight's meditation session. Bhante Saranapala is on his way back from India, I believe. I don't remember his exact itinerary, but let's wish him a safe flight back to Canada. Let's join our palms together, pay homage to the Buddha. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Homage to him, the Blessed One, the Worthy One, the fully enlightened, self-awakened One. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So, this evening, I'd like to start with this story I learned recently. There was this man, I would say a Sri Lankan man, whose marriage was failing, and this all started after their 8 years of marriage didn't go well when his wife and his best friend fell in love with each other, and they had a 5-year-old. And she decided to move on with her life on her own with that best friend of him, and then she also took her was jumping from this side to the other side, and the dog was happy. And as the dog was jumping this way and that way, this bike ran over the dog, and many people gathered to make sure that this dog was okay. The dog was okay, and it started jumping here and there again. So nothing happened to the dog. And with that incident, the man decided, now this dog is happy about all these strangers. Look, in my life, let me reflect what happened to me today. That bus driver yelled at me, and that man gave me his glass of water, and that girl helped me with my bike stand. So many good things happened. There are good people in the world out there. These good people, I could not reward them, but they give me some hope, they give me some purpose in life. And he decided that he's going to adopt this dog that he has been ignoring all his life. And he let the dog into his house, shared his dinner with the dog, and he decided, okay, you are going to be part of my family from today onward. It's okay, I lost many things in life, but I have more good reasons to reflect upon. Although that bus driver yelled at me, he was trying to protect my life. So I should be grateful for him. So he started reflecting back, and he understood that there are these hidden gems of people out there. You may not be able to reward them, but they do some good to protect you. So this way, he understood that the purpose of life is to find your purpose and live for it. And this is a story that I saw this writer, Sujata Manikai Hilagedara, she shared in social media to motivate someone who wanted a purpose to live. And she's a storyteller, and she shared this story, and I thought this would be a nice story to share with our audience. And if you feel like this kind of story gives you motivation, excellent, that's what is needed. And we can have meditation as a purpose. Early in our lives you can begin to meditate, or later in your lives you can begin to meditate. It's never too late to begin this kind of practice. But one thing I'm sure of is that when you begin practicing meditation, your mind is under control. Chittasya dhammato sadhu chittan dantan sukhavaham. So chittasya dhammato sadhu, taming of your mind is very good for you. Chittan dantam, when the mind is well tamed, sukhavaham. Sukha is happiness. Avaham is, it brings happiness. It brings happiness. How does that happen? They say, follow your heart, but take your brain with you. So you don't always follow everything that your mind tells. If your mind tells you to spend time on the screen all day, you know it can lead to some consequences. You fail in your daily tasks in life. You start developing bad eyesight. You may also forget your responsibilities in life. You may also set a bad example to your children, and that it in that way brings all these other side effects into your life. So this is an example of, should I follow my heart, or should I also be inquisitive, inquire, and use my intelligence so that my intelligence is not hijacked by the screen time, electronics, and so on. You may be watching stuff that are conducive to restlessness, so it's best to use mindfulness to identify this tendency of yours and cut it gradually to bring your mind to a place where you no longer have that thirst, the desire, the need. So you are in control. This is one way to come to the tamed state of mind. And this taming is also called Indriya Samvara, restrainment of your faculties. Not only the mind faculty, but also the eye faculty, because if you are spending time on the screen, it is your eye faculty, the eye that you keep manifesting again and again. The physical eye and a mental eye, immaterial eye that has to be manifested with conditions such as what you are seeing on screen and you being conscious and making a contact. This is dependently a reason in your experience, and they come to be and they disappear every moment. Seeing that with the eye of wisdom or with the eye of Dhamma, you start developing insight. This gives you an awakened mind, Buddha mind that helps you see through the net of complexities, the net of ignorance, the thick net of ignorance. When you start seeing it, you start feeling disenchanted. When you are disenchanted, you let go. You start to develop more and more interest into the seeing with wisdom, instead of just mere seeing that is an ordinary kind of seeing. Seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, physical sensations and thinking. All these are experiences that we have. But with the eye of wisdom, you start to have that Buddhist kind of seeing. When you see that way, you are being awakened like a lotus blooming. When a lotus blooms, it has these outer petals out there that are exposed to the elements of nature. And when they are exposed, they are a little coarse, they are a little dusty. Your mind is like that. When the mind blooms with the eye of wisdom and the Dhamma, the eye of Dhamma, which is like sun rays landing on the mind and sun rays landing on the lotus, and it begins to bloom. And these outer petals are called 5 hindrances: sensual desire, aversion, sloth and torpor, restlessness and doubt. These 5 petals are covering the beauty of the lotus inside. And when these petals are touched by the sun's rays, they begin to open, and when they open, you start seeing the actual beauty of your own mind, the beautiful layers of the petals of the mind. This is a metaphor Ajahn Brahm has used when he taught meditation in Bandaravilla, Sri Lanka. So thanks to him, we have this beautiful metaphor. When the mind opens like a lotus, more it opens, it functions best. There is clarity, there is acceptance, there is equanimity, there is wisdom, there is more clear thinking and clear articulation of your thoughts, and this way you arrive at peace more and more. So when the fully opened lotus is right in front of you, it gives you this beautiful, serene view, so beautiful, so delicate that you like to look at it. It has more fragrance. The more it is open, it has more fragrance and delicate nature in it. And inside each layer of petals, you see another beautiful layer of petals. And all you can do is to not do anything. You let it open. You take away the doer mentality. You always want to do. Instead of building that habit, you let things be. Just come to your breath, come home to your breath. You stay with your breath and you stay, this body is taking a long breath and a short breath. You stay present there. That means you bring tools like conditions like mindfulness, being present with it. And when you build that as a nice habit, there is no rush. You are there, you are fully present. You are developing what one of these monks in the Zoom Sutra discussions called Bhante Omalpe Sobhita once said, it is like full-mindedness, not mindfulness, it's full-mindedness. Mind being fully present with this one activity that is always happening, and this one activity is your breath. You don't have to force it, it's happening naturally. Just breathe in, breathe out. And as a result, your mind starts to settle. Right? There is this quote that Bhante Chinananda has as a signature of his email, and he shares it with every email he sends. Mind is like an umbrella. It functions best when it's open. So I like that. So you let the mind open fully. And the mind is not constrained with the 5 hindrances that are covering your mind. When it's fully opened, you start to see the delicate, fragranceful beauty of your mind. And you know these five thick petals of lustful nature of the mind, right? Angry nature of the mind, restless nature of the mind, doubting nature of the mind, sloth and torpor of the mind. These 5 layers are always ahead of you. They get in the way, and you just allow a little bit of sun's light, a little bit of wisdom, allowing this mind to slowly, gradually open. And in that, you take the doer away. You always have this habit of wanting to do. You take that control freak mind. You stop doing, you just start being in there. In that space, you dive deeper. The deeper you dive, the less you worry about the upsetting waves on the surface. So all these waves are on the surface out there. It's like a sea that is not calm, but when it begins to calm, and with that sunlight reflecting on the sea, it's so beautiful. It is beyond words. This reminds me of this story that I sometimes share in meditation retreats. There was this Zen Buddhist teacher who used to take a walk every evening, and he would allow just one student to walk with him. And what he does is that together with that one student, he would walk up the hill to this mountain, and he would see the sunset, and he would quietly walk back to the monastery. So the student who walks with him has to keep this one rule, that is that he should not break silence, he should not talk. This one day it happened to be a new student who just didn't take the rules seriously. And as soon as they saw the sunset, this new student said, "Wow, what a beautiful sunset." So he broke the rule. The teacher stopped the walk and went back to the monastery and summoned all the students, all the pupils, and said, "This student is not allowed to walk with me ever again." And this is also Ajahn Brahm's story actually. And the senior students said, please forgive him, he's new. He's a new student, he doesn't know that this rule is a very serious rule. And please also explain to us the meaning behind this rule. At that point, the teacher patiently said, when my student said what a beautiful sunset it is, he was watching the beauty of the words. He wasn't actually there with the sunset. So these experiences that you have with meditation, when the mind is luminous, bright and vast, sometimes they are beyond words. Some of these experiences that you have in life, meditative or otherwise, like sunsets, the moon's radiance, someone's aura, the Buddha's halo, these things you cannot put into words. You just have to be fully there with it. Words are that way so limiting. But we have this habit of always speaking. There is a taste in being silent. The Buddha emphasized on it for monks. The monks sometimes get into all this chit-chat. And the Buddha asked what you were talking about. The monks would say we were nothing important. In other words, we were talking nonsense. And the Buddha says, Dhammi va katha ariyo va tunhi bhava. Either you speak Dhamma or something that is in accordance with the teachings, or it's best you remain silent. Because it's not that you have to always talk. When you remain silent, you don't have thoughts in mind. This is called noble silence. It's a state in meditation called the third jhana. If you want to translate jhana as a level of understanding, which is, I think, very close to the meaning that the jhana tries to imply. So in there, you go beyond words, beyond thoughts, to a state where you feel so quiet. There's equanimity, there's peacefulness, there's non-excitement, just a very balanced state of mind. Very, very balanced state of mind. And it is for these purposes that we should actually live this life. Not only the other joys that we find in life, but also rediscovering how much treasury, wealth is buried in our own mind. When we allow the mind to bloom like that lotus, we discover true hidden beauty. For that, we develop a habit of meditation, we develop a habit of cultivating the mind, and this cultivation is called bhavana, developing wholesome states. So instead of developing unwholesome states like lustful mind, always occupied with lusting after things, attachments and stuff, you develop a mind of letting go, giving your mind a break. Instead of developing an angry mind, you develop a loving mind. Instead of developing restless mind, you develop a peaceful, calm mind. See someone in your family, when they are restless, they want to get something done, like they want to go to a store, but they don't drive, but you drive. So they just barge into your room. Can you take me to the Apple store? I want this phone right now. They just forgot that they had to knock on the door, get your permission and ask, is this a good time? Can you help me? So that kind of slow approach would make them do it more than your restless mind approaching them, rushing and saying, I want this now. Sometimes they tell lies, I want this for a meeting tomorrow, and there's no meeting tomorrow. They lie to get something done. So that's a restless mind. That's the way the restless mind sometimes um, get things done, and they get exposed eventually. And then people around them, in their family, in their circle, they don't trust these individuals. So instead of restless nature of your mind, you act with calmness, speak with calmness. See, sometimes when you are restless, you say things. The words are powerful when it's in your mouth. But the moment they are gone, you have to surrender to what you spoke. Right? So, the true power, your power remains with these words as long as you remain silent. So stick with that restful, calm nature of your mind. And then when you doubt, you just inquire, ask questions, and find the true way. And when you test it with your own intelligence and questioning, and that you know that this aligns with truth, this aligns with true teachings, then you follow that path. See, that way, for sloth and torpor also, you don't spend too much time fatigued. Of course, if you are fatigued, you should get some sleep. But if you still want to sleep at a time when you have slept too much, you need to get yourself up and move and exercise, spend more time in balancing your hormones and energies. Otherwise, your intelligence gets hijacked by emotions, hormones, and restless nature, 5 hindrances, and sleep and all that. Electronics, I said earlier. So, let's bring our minds to calmness, meditation, peacefulness. Let our lotuses bloom, and let us rediscover the inner beauty of our own beautiful lotus minds. Please come to a resting state of your body. I'll sound the bell 3 times, inviting you to let go of the past, let go of thinking about the future, coming to the present, that is this moment, the now, and gently close your eyes. Breathe in, bringing your shoulders all the way up, and breathe out, dropping your shoulders. Position your hands in a comfortable way. Keep your neck aligned with your spine in such a way that they are fully supported. Your neck is fully supported, and you invite a gentle smile, bringing a pleasant attitude to your mind. As a habit, your attention will land on your breath. Excellent. You allow the breath to guide you, and the mind's wholesome side to guide you and bring wholesome qualities into abundance. As you breathe in, see the starting point of your breath and the middle point of your breath and the ending of your breath. taking a long breath, you become aware that your body is taking a long breath. Allow the natural rhythm of your breath be revealed to your awareness. See what layers are yet to be opened in your lotus mind. Is it sloth and torpor? Let's see if you can bring more sharp attention and energy into this meditation. If you feel like sleeping, you sleep. It's totally okay. Just give that moment to yourself, your body, to take a little break. If you can bring little energy, you allow the energy to guide you. Begin to relax your body, starting from the crown of your head, like there is melting butter on top of your head. It's slowly cooling and bringing down a wave of relaxation through the eyes, ears, nose, tongue, the back of your head, your shoulders, your neck, the back, your chest, and all the way down to your knees, supported by your sitting bones, and then the soles of your feet and your toes. You feel grounded like a tree, deeply rooted. So you bring energy back to the core from those deep roots of your virtues, energy, acceptance, loving kindness and compassion directed toward oneself. Mindfully present, you breathe in. Mindfully present, you breathe out. When you bring letting go to your heart, sensual desire is no more actively present. When you bring goodwill to your heart, aversion is no more present. So we bring wholesome, right effort to let go of these unwholesome states: sensual desire, aversion, sloth and torpor, restlessness and doubt. Inquire if this path that you are taking now is leading toward more energy, peacefulness, and a balanced state of mind. If the answer is yes, you follow that path. Forgive yourself for being tired and all that. It's just the end of a Wednesday, a work day in Canada. When you give your body enough rest, you will feel that your energy is in harmony with the rest of your body. Now notice where you feel the touch of your breath when it enters through your nostrils, walls of your nostril. Notice the coolness as a sensation and the warmth as the breath leaves. Suddenly something may pop up in your mind, and with wisdom you know you can guide guide your mind back to your breath. So simple. And stay at a state where you have acceptance and you switch off the doing mind. You are just being. Images, thoughts will tell you different things. You allow them to come, allow them to go. You didn't invite them to come, so they come, they go away. Your attention is anchored to your breath. If you want to keep your eyes gently open, you have your full freedom to do so. Whatever that helps, you use these techniques to continue your practice. Maybe some medication, maybe some tiredness, health condition. Just accept it. And you understand the true nature of your hindrances. They arise, they remain, they disappear. Nothing to own. Forms, feelings, five aggregates function with these hindrances. Keeping your back upright helps you stay energetic. It's not excitement, it is calm energy circulating in your body and the mind. Watch your mind and body like you are looking at a statue in your mind, seated on an edge of a mountain cliff, peaceful wind coming in all directions, and you dive deeper and deeper into the depths of your mind. That luminosity, light seem to guide you. never judge you for how your body and mind behave. They are natural responses. See if you can experience a light that may guide you, like some brightness in there, in your mind's eye, free from words and thoughts, just silence. So for the rest of the time, I will be silent. You are on your own, guided by your breath, supported and accompanied by goodwill, letting go, and all the wholesome qualities. I dedicate my practice to the Buddha, Dhamma and Sangha. May I reach realization of all truths. Let us share merits. May the suffering ones be suffering free, and the fear-struck fearless be. May the grieving shed all grief, and may all beings find relief. May all beings share this merit that we have thus acquired for the acquisition of all kinds of happiness. May beings inhabiting space and earth, Devas and Nagas of mighty power, share this merit of ours. May they long protect the teachings, and may they long protect each and every one of you. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Have a peaceful rest of your day, and I'll see you another time.